Hi, so today I'm going to do something a bit different, still trying out how this format works. People seem to like the talking, but like I prefer making sounds. I'm going to patch something up on the Hordijk modular today, and I mean I'm not going to go through a step by step. I might explain basically what the patch is doing, but I don't know what the patch is going to do, because one thing I'm interested in is how different instruments create different ways of working or different expectations. And the Hordijk, for me, although I do occasionally perform on it, um, if someone's prepared to pay for the transport, it's more a studio instrument for me, and something that I'm thinking more about. How can I use it to contribute towards electroacoustic compositions? Um, so it just feels like a very open system that doesn't have a clear intention, unlike the system behind me, the performance system, which I'm always going to be on stage with other musicians, especially with acoustic musicians, which I talked about previously. And I will talk more about the performance system and what's in there and why, but I'm not quite ready to do that. One reason I'm not quite ready to do that is that I'm preparing for a performance where I'm going to remix some chamber music, project in Cologne called Chamber Remix, and it's messing with my head a bit because I'm going to be using audio from chamber quartet, and I'm trying to figure out how much I can control this performance modular from those signals, or perhaps use them for processing. Right now, this machine, or that project and this machine, there's a lot of questions about how I can do something that's going to sound interesting and going to be interesting for me to play. So that's why I'm not showing you that yet, because firstly it's not properly patched up, and secondly, there's always questions about even tools that you use very regularly. Different projects can throw them in new light. So one exciting thing about this performance system is it's always the same, but it's always changing slowly as well. And then new projects like this also make me think, oh, well, why haven't I tried that? Why haven't I tried that? Even modules that I might have been using for 10 years, the working with different people in different ways is a real gift to helping you think, well, why don't I use that output there, or why don't I combine these signals, or how do I mix playability with automation? But here I am going on about the wrong project. It's not what I want to show you today. But I guess because that project's fucked my head up a bit, that made me think I'll come back to the Hordijk. And the Hordijk is, for me, it's a different way of thinking, because it's a really mysterious instrument. Despite knowing Rob and having spent a lot of time with the instrument and with him and talking about it, it's for me, it is an instrument that is about this kind of Zen mind, beginner's mind approach to patching, which is that I come to it, normally plug in a sine wave, listen to that, and start patching from there. Obviously, I've used the system quite a lot over a few years, so I know quite a lot about it. But I also forget a lot about it because I'm not performing with it. I don't patch this thing up every day. And actually, one reason to do it now is that I haven't patched it for weeks. I can't even remember what I last used it for. So it's a real lovely luxury to have something like that in the studio that isn't connected with my everyday practice or everyday thinking. It's just always here to remind me to start again, to remind me I really don't know very much about synthesis, and honestly, that's more than modesty. I approach these instruments quite naively. I approach them as animals that I'm interacting with. This anthropomorphic approach, I call it, and it's partly to, obviously I'm not crazy. Well, not obviously I'm not crazy. I'm saying that I'm not crazy, but I might be. How do you tell? I mean, I tend to think any man whose ideal way of living is to be surrounded by analog machinery and in a nice room with a leather sofa probably isn't crazy. Surely that's something we all want deep down. Yeah, I'm definitely rambling today, but maybe that's not bad. I think I only want to make one point, and I'm making a meal of it. The point I want to make is I can approach this system almost innocently. The sonic range of the thing is massive. I have some tricks, but when I'm patching, I often don't go to those tricks. I try some stuff I don't know, and increasingly, as I get, the longer I have it, I'm patching things in which aren't necessarily that I don't know why you would do that. So really trying to forget the things I do know about it. So, and for me, it's unique to have an instrument like that. It's always taken me back to square one. This beginner's mind approach. I think it's very, very useful. All right, I'm clearly talking too much. I'm going to stop, and when I come back, it'll be patched. I have no idea how long it's going to take, so it might be dark as well. Who knows? See you later.